Did you know that there's over 100 removed/banned items in dresstoimpress? Well, if you didn't, I'm here to go over everything that has been banned/removed in the 2025 season. This includes a ton of clothing items, code items, and even an item that was banned from the game that was brought back for unknown reasons this year. Stick around, besties, to find out what items have been banned/removed in dresstoimpress in 2025. If you besties don't know already, my most viral video here on YouTube talks all about the remove/banned items in dresstoimpress as of 2024. Since the 2025 season is now coming to a close, I figured I'd end it off by doing another one of these videos, but for 2025. The 2024 video has now officially surpassed 900,000 views, and I figured it's about time I update you all on all the renewals from 2025. It's crazy to know that since that video was released, there's been over double the amount of items that have been removed/revamped. Without further ado, let's get into the removed items in dresstoimpress as of 2025. Alright, besties, as always, we're going to start off with our first category. It's going to be patterns. Now, besties, this one is going to be a lengthy one, so you guys definitely want to stick around for this. As you guys know from my previous video, the most controversial pattern, the bloodstain pattern, was removed because of violence, but they actually brought it back in a little less crazy way. So I thought I would mention that one first because I was very surprised to see this little pattern come back, although it's not exactly the same and a little less gory due to the fact that a lot of parents did complain about the violence and blood in dresstoimpress, so they did have to tone it down a little bit. But we'll get into something about that later on because there is a counteraction to that, so we'll get into that later. There is 14 patterns since my last video, so we're gonna get into all 14 of these patterns. There is so many, you have to stick around. The first pattern that has been removed is the snakeskin pattern. Now, this pattern was absolutely iconic. They did remove it and bring it back, and then they removed it again, and I don't really know what's going on, but the snakeskin pattern was literally perfect for high-heeled boots, leggings, and even a dramatic floppy hat. I was so obsessed with this pattern. I really wish they would have kept this pattern because of the iconicness that it holds, but alas, this pattern has been removed and replaced with this new version of a snakeskin, which honestly I have conflicting opinions about. Do you wish that they kept the older snakeskin? I absolutely loved it, but like many other patterns in this video, a lot of these were removed because of copyrighted issues with Google. Basically, if you guys don't know, most of the patterns in dresstoimpress are sampled from actual artists that create patterns and make really cute patterns for the game, and unfortunately some people do end up being a little slimy and using Google images, and that is why a lot of patterns do get removed. Sometimes they'll revamp them like this one and make it into like a leopard version, but usually they just remove them completely. So next up, we have this olive green pleather pattern. Now, this one was removed for unknown reasons, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that most of these will be removed because of Google copyright. It was never brought back, never reworked on. I will say I'm not super sad about this pattern being removed, as it's not really that exciting or of any use to myself or anyone really. So alas, this pattern is now permanently removed with no plans of being revamped. Following that, we also have the gray pleathered pattern, which is very similar to the olive green one. This gray one was also removed for unknown reasons and never brought back or revamped on. Same opinion as the olive green one. I am not that fazed by the removal of this pattern, and honestly, I'm not a major fan of this like pleather type of material, so I'm also kind of glad this one is gone as well. Next, besties, unfortunately we have this gorgeous purpley pinkish pattern that I'm absolutely obsessed with the color and the way it lays on some of the clothing. It just looks really good, but again, similar to the last two patterns, this pleather's scaly texture is not so much my vibe. I will say it's a little more my vibe compared to the other two, so I'm a little fazed by the removal, but not as much because, like I said, this pleathered pattern, I don't know what was up with this. Next up is this gorgeous medium pink pattern. Now, I will say, despite there being so many pink patterns, it's just something about this very specific shade of pink that I'm going to miss so much. I do wish they would have considered bringing this pattern back or something adjacent in color because it is such a gorgeous shade of pink and I absolutely need it back, and I really wish they would have kept this pink one because it is just so gorgeous. Next, we have this gorgeous bluish pink cheetah print pattern. Now, this was a OG classic. If you played dresstoimpress back in the day, you knew this was the it girl pattern, and a lot of people did use it as like a troll kind of pattern, but me personally, it was always an 80s vibe to it. I love the nostalgic feeling of it. I have a lot of mixed feelings on this pattern, but I will say I do love that it was so nostalgic, but I will say it's not a very practical pattern, so I do understand why they revamped it to a more cleaner, sophisticated cheetah pattern, but I do miss the way this pattern actually looks, and I do wish they would bring it back, honestly. Next, we have this cute pink heart pattern that features both pink and white hearts. Doing very Valentine's Day core, very fun and flirty and sophisticated, and they might bring this back for Valentine's Day because they are known to somehow do that, but I will say it doesn't seem as likely because usually when it comes to patterns nowadays, they kind of do polls on Twitter to see which kind of patterns they should use. Next, we have this zigzag cream and brownish pattern. This is another pattern that I'm not fazed by being removed, and honestly, it wasn't that flattering. I felt it didn't really fit a lot of the meshes on Dressed Impress. It just made very uneven lines when it came to layering. Not that fazed by the removal of this one. Next, we have the iconic flames pattern. Now, besties, like I said, if you're an OG Dressed Impress fan, you know that this pattern was heavily used by players. It was quickly removed and not seen again. This pattern doesn't really have much purpose in this game anymore, so I do understand why they did revamp it to more fiery kind of patterns they have going on. It does make sense why it was removed, and they have since upgraded to better patterns, so I totally understand the removal of this one. Now, besties, the next one is this black and pink star pattern, and out of all the patterns I've talked about so far, I am definitely going to miss this one the most out of all of them. It just had such a Y2K, like, oh my god, I loved the way this pattern looked on things, and it's just so nostalgic. Next up, besties, we have the pink paw print pattern that was removed out of nowhere. Oh my god, this one was gut-wrenching. I think when it comes down to it, the wrapping on this pattern wasn't so great on most of the meshes on Dressed Impress. A lot of the shirts, dresses, shoes, it looked a little wonky. So I will say it wasn't a practical pattern, but nonetheless, it was so cute, so kawaii, and I will miss it, but I'm not as fazed by it. Next up, we have two patterns that are the similar versions of each other. We have a pink and a white bat pattern. Now, these were both removed also out of nowhere, and I will say that they were both giving very Y2K, seen as well as the star pattern does. I will miss using it for those kinds of themes, but that being said, I will miss the star one a little bit more because the bat ones weren't as practical, but the star ones were absolutely practical. I love that one so much. Alright, guys, so we're moving on to limited quantity releases. Now, both of these items were released to a very small amount of players during a very specific event and were chosen at random. These are considered to be some of the rarest items in the game, so if you do own these items, you're among the luckiest of players in Dressed Impress. The first item we have are these limited Twitch drop cyberpunk wings. These wings were released on June 28th of 2025 for just about a week. These were only obtainable by watching specific Dressed Impress related streams for at least 30 minutes on Twitch. During this time, many players experienced a lot of glitches to redeeming these wings, and some of the players just simply never used Twitch before, making these wings only very available in small quantities. Now, for me personally, I didn't take advantage of getting these cyberpunk wings, and I don't know why I didn't do it. I think it's just because watching streams, to me, I don't know, I'm just not someone who enjoys watching Twitch streams. I do wish that I understood Twitch a little better and that I was able to kind of get these wings, but alas, if you have these, you're among the lucky. I, unfortunately, am not one of the lucky ones. This second item is the Lady in Red spiked hat that players can obtain by playing the Lady Gaga X DTI meet and greet event. I consider this limited because you had to be on at a specific time to play, similar to the winter dress that was only available for 3 hours. It was only available to people that stuck around through the entire meet and greet event. And again, I didn't take advantage of it. I don't know what it is with me, but I missed both of the limited drops. However, I will say I do have the winter dress, so that is something that I will hold sincerely to my heart. If they release it for this next Christmas update, I will be very shocked. But they honestly might for another 3 hours, so don't lose hope about that dress. Next up, besties, we have banned items, guys. This section is absolutely mind-blowing. For those of you who have seen my original video in 2024, there is a very large mention of this very specific denim skirt that was removed and banned from Dressed Impress for inappropriateness based on feedback from a lot of mothers, a lot of people that were very concerned about being quote-unquote kid-friendly. Majority of players assumed that this skirt would never be released into Dressed Impress due to the Roblox TOS and the scandalous nature of the skirt, according to some moms. However, besties, in a very recent update, as recent as this coming Halloween one, they decided to randomly spawn this skirt into the VIP section without a word. That's right, besties, the once banned skirt is now officially back into Dressed Impress, leaving many players completely confused. For me personally, I actually don't mind if this skirt is back. It does show a little bit of strap, so that is why a lot of people don't like it. You know, it's not that big of a deal to me. It's just some straps of some undergarments, but you know, we were talking about the same people who petitioned for the removal of LANA'S basement because of it being quote too creepy and too quote not family friendly. So surely these parents had something to say about this skirt not being family friendly, but nonetheless, I digress, and I'm honestly very happy that they finally brought the undergarment strap skirt into the game. Alright, so the next section is going to be revamped code items. This section is the most controversial section of this video, so be warned, besties. There is one item here that is removed because of a scandal with the old community manager, so we will talk about it briefly, but there are other codes in here that have been revamped for other reasons as well. So first up, besties, as we know, the most recent revamp and removal is the Bplays doll code. As many of you already know, the social media manager Bplays had some very serious accusations against them, and there was a very specific reason why they removed this code, but it is, however, replaced with the very stunning Lana doll, and most recently the Elphaba Lana Wicked doll, which was so cute. This item was removed on August 30th of 2025 and will never be returning into the game, but the new Lana doll is here to stay and is such a diva, and I love it so much. I'm glad they decided to turn something bad into something good. You know, we love a good Lana merch. I'm glad they gave her her own doll right next to her nail salon. Next up, besties, we have this sweetheart dress and uniform set designed after the Melanie Martinez K-12 outfit. This code item was updated to a more sophisticated dress with a puff sleeve and a new addition of a uniform outfit available for the male bodies as well. This revamp was so needed and brought this code item to life with a stunning new look. I'm so happy they revamped this code. It was absolutely very necessary. So I agree with the revisions and I like them so much. Next up, we have the revamped version of Bella's pigtails. These revamped pigtails brought new toggles to the pigtails and made for a very versatile and fun hair that's absolutely perfect for any occasion. This revamp was absolutely necessary and comes with 3 toggles, including bangs only, pigtail with bangs, and just the regular pigtails. And lastly, besties, we have a immediate unreleased rework that will be coming in this new Christmas update, so I had to show you guys it before it came out. Now this is going to be the code. B is back and it's going under a completely new transformation. This code is turning this streetwear set into this stunning fur coat, very wintry inspired streetwear set. I absolutely love the way this code is getting a revamped and heavily prefer this new version, as the old one was just not my style at all. This update is going to be amazing and I can't wait to see what it looks like on the avatars. Alrighty, besties, so the last category we have is unobtainable items that will be gone in this next Christmas update, besties. I'm going to miss all these items so much. Make sure you guys pay close attention. Make sure you guys do it before this week's current December update. Now, firstly, I'm going to be talking about the 2 sets that are currently no longer available and now you cannot get these at all. The rest of them you can still get up to another day, but you guys have to be very quick about it because they will be gone very soon. First up, we have the quest items. Now this includes the Nurse Julie set and the REVAMPED set. Due to the Halloween quest being over and the Christmas event around the corner, the removal of both of these items just make the most sense. But I will say I'm going to miss the REVAMPED set so much because it is so adorable and I love the dress and the collar. It gives a very like sultry, fun, and sophisticated look, as well as the Nurse Julie outfit because I will miss being able to cosplay as Nurse Julie. If you guys want to see both of those videos, I have shorts up about both of them, making those outfits with them. Next up, besties, we have the secret ghost dress item, and now this item is only available through the Apple Bobbing minigame in free play mode. I have been trying to get this dress for such a long time, and I know a lot of you besties have commented on my videos saying, oh, I got this dress first try, it was super easy. I don't know what is my luck on Dress to Impress. I can never get this dang dress, and it is going to be leaving soon, so I have to make sure I get it. Hopefully they will be bringing this dress back next Halloween because it is so cute and I need to get it, but I will keep trying my hardest to get it before it leaves. I know for me personally, I have just been able to get the currency and runway effects, so hopefully I'm able to get this dress before it leaves. Now, speaking of runway effects, besties, next up we have the Baddie Pass item. All of these items included in the Baddie Pass will no longer be available once the Christmas update is released. They will, however, be replaced with a new holiday, fun, very whimsical Baddie Pass item, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that, and I will be definitely making a video about it as well. Next up, besties, we have the ROBLOX Haunting Beauty set. Now, this set is still currently available until the release of the Christmas update, but once the update comes out, there will be a brand new ROBLOX set, and this one will no longer be available. And lastly, besties, all of these current currency items will be replaced with new currency Christmas items, which means the potential for a new Christmas currency to emerge and a new minigame to arrive in free play mode. I will say this includes the Jester mask, the bodysuit, the ruff, the Sweet Screams shoes, the Sweet Screams purse, and the Sweet Screams dress. All of these will be removed in the upcoming Christmas launch, so make sure you guys get it just before they leave. And lastly, besties, the only other thing I wanted to mention was the recent removal of the Wicked item. Now, all the Wicked items have been removed, but are currently available in your chest if you played the Wicked event when it was going on. This goes for any other event in Dress to Impress. If you guys don't already know this, if you go to the changing room, you have the option to go in the bottom corner where it says View Chest, and this will have all of your past event items. Alright, besties, so that is all I have for the recent removals in Dress and Press as of 2025. As you besties know, I have 2 videos on the removals of other items, so if you guys want to go ahead and check those videos out, make sure you guys go ahead and check them out. I will leave a link to the playlist in the description down below. Since 2026 is around the corner, I am very excited to see that this list might be changing, and there will be more items that will be removed and replaced in the 2026 season. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, what item were you most shocked that was removed / revamped, and make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for some more GTI content. Also, make sure you guys turn on post notifications to be notified whenever I post a new video. If you guys don't have my post notifications on, what are you doing? Make sure you guys go ahead and turn those on so you're always notified whenever I post a video and you never miss out. Especially if you guys want to see some new removals in 2026 for Dress and Press. I'll see you besties in my next video. Bye guys!